Some stats from the race. So we had 100 miles, 18,370 feet of elevation gain, and 18,370 feet of elevation loss. Lots of gain, lots of loss. Basically, no part of the course is flat. You're either going up or down at any given point. It's the mountains, so that's how mountains are. We finished in 26 hours, 48 minutes. That is an average of 16 minutes and 5 seconds per mile. I'm very, very happy with that. My goal for the race was really just to finish, but my I guess optimistic or kind of realistic goal somewhere in the middle there was to break 27 hours, and we went 26:48. So I'm very happy with how it went. Again, getting the thing done was like the main goal, and we definitely did that. So some other stats I thought were interesting: 208,000 steps over those 26, almost 27 hours. A lot of steps. 17,900 calories burned. Let me say that again. 17,900 calories burned. Crazy amount of calories burned. However, crazy amount of calories eaten. One of the best parts about running is you get to eat basically as much as you want. So I had 7,900 calories just from gels. Yes, almost 8,000 calories just from gels. And for gels, I was using Morton Gel 160, Spring Energy Awesome Sauce, and untapped maple syrup. And I was just alternating. I would go every other gel was a Morton 160 every 30 minutes. So let me just break it down, kind of how it looked. So at the 30-minute mark, take a Morton Gel 160. At the hour mark, take a Spring Awesome Sauce. At the 90-minute mark, take a Morton 160. At the 2-hour mark, take a untapped maple syrup. So it was a 2-to-1 Morton to Spring and Awesome Sauce, or Spring and untapped. So basically half of my gels were Morton. I have some brain fog still, so hopefully that made sense. Bear with me. Again, 7,900 calories from gels, 2,000 calories consumed from solid foods. That included fruit, some hash browns, broth, I guess you could consider into solid foods. I had 1 piece of beef jerky. I had like 3 bites of a potato bacon tortilla wrap. I had a small peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There was like 2 bites, lots of oranges, some watermelon, some grapes. I'm not really big on solid foods during ultramarathons. I just have a hard time. My stomach is fine with it, but I just have a hard time like chewing it, getting it down. You're breathing hard usually. You don't have a lot of extra saliva in your mouth to help break it down. And I have a tricky time getting the solid foods to go down, so I usually just don't mess with them. Once they're down, I don't have any issues, which is good, but it's just tricky getting them down. So primarily gels. And then I had 22,000 milligrams of sodium consumed, and that was primarily through Switchback electrolytes. I was taking 1 stick pack, which is 1,000 milligrams of sodium, every 1 to 2 hours, roughly, depending on the temperature, the time of day, which section of the course. If I was running uphill or going downhill, the effort level might change. But Switchback electrolytes, and then also salt pills, which I wasn't taking salt pills on a like scheduled basis. It was really just on like an as needed, as I was feeling basis. So there's one section of the course where I'll get into. It was really, really hot, and I just started swallowing a bunch of salt pills, taking a bunch of water, and I was feeling some cramps coming on, and fortunately, that helped mitigate the cramps, and never fully cramped, but I think the salt pills, the electrolytes, all that obviously helped. So 22,000 milligrams of sodium, and then I also calculated out 13 liters of water drank, and I peed a lot. My hydration was amazing, honestly. I peed every few hours, and my pee was always clear the whole time. Pee was clear. I think this is a good tip for anybody running a race of any distance. For your hydration, just pay attention to what color your pee is and how often you're peeing. If you're peeing on a regular basis, if it makes sense that you're peeing for how much you're drinking, then you're probably in a good spot. And if your pee is clear, basically just keep doing what you're doing. Maybe keep taking some more sodium, either clear or like very light yellow. Basically just keep doing what you're doing. If your pee starts getting darker and darker, then you're going to want to either pull back on the sodium, increase your water intake, or both. But usually start with one of those two things first. Hydration is a very, very tricky thing. It's a very fine balance, and I was fortunate enough to not really have any issues with that, even though it was super hot and then obviously super cold at night. So pee was clear the whole time, consistently peeing, so very happy with that. Again, 13 liters of water drank, and then 4 liters of milk drank. I didn't add those calories into the 2,000 calories consumed from solid food. So 4 liters of raw milk is roughly 2,000 calories, give or take. So if you add up all my calories consumed, it would be around 12,000 calories consumed throughout the course of 100 miles, 26 and a half hours. So lots of calories consumed, basically 0 stomach issues. Again, very fortunate with that. I did not go number 2 at all. There's a couple times I felt like I could have, but it didn't seem like too necessary. And I was like, okay, if I don't really need to go, I'm not even going to try to go, because I am partially worried that if I try to go and I do go, it's going to like send a signal to my stomach that, oh, we can go to the bathroom if we need to. And it's just going to open the floodgates. And I didn't want that. So didn't even try to go. And I just, stomach was great. Very, very fortunate. Stomach is a massive part of these long races, obviously. So the fact that we were able to get through it with no issues was a huge win.